Welcome to After Hours Ag. We've got a really cool podcast right around the corner here. We've got some people from the younger generation joining us. We've got Crew, Jack, and Kingston. They're in the Great Falls, Montana area, and I was so excited to have them be interested, number one, in this podcast, and then also be coming on this podcast because they came to our booth down on the floor here. We're at the Maggie Farm Show. It's in Great Falls here, and it's the end of January, and they were pretty professional. They were excited about being here. They were interested in what we were doing, and one even shook my hand. I mean, who does that anymore, right? Yeah. So yeah, it was Crew. It was Crew. So without further ado, I want to introduce you guys to them. Crew, how old are you?
11.
11? Jack?
I'm 11 too.
Yep.
13.
13. And what brings you to the farm show? Start with you, Crew.
So I came here because I'm one like in farming and ranching, and I like the equipment a lot.
All right. And what do you do back home? What is your occupation?
I'm really liking ranching and not as much as farming because ranching's like fun to show calves and do stuff.
Great. All right, Jack, you're a friend of Crew's.
Yes.
You guys go to school together?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
All right.
And interest I have on doing is farming. I really like coming to the Maggie, see all the farm equipment, and look at new farm equipment I have not seen before. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And you guys are, I heard you're best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And now there's Crew's brother over here, Kingston. Kingston, what do you like to do? Why are you at the Maggie Farm Show?
I like to look at the equipment and the new ranching equipment.
Nice. Have you seen anything really cool here at the show?
I like I like the Aero Quip setup over there.
Okay. What's unique about that?
Chute. Like the cattle chute, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. How is that going to affect your operation? Let's say you had an operation. How would it make you a better rancher?
My dad wouldn't cuss around me as much when we're working cows.
That's great. So you know what? That is a piece of equipment your dad should have.
Yes.
Yes. And it'd be better for you guys.
Yes.
Well, that's great. Equipment manufacturers making products that help make ranchers' lives better, farmers' lives better, quality of living, and also the bottom line, making a little more money, right? You guys make any money yet?
Yeah.
I sort of do.
Yeah?
I show cattle for it.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Now, you mentioned something about, when you came up to me, you said, hey, are you from Welker Farms? And I said, what?
Yeah.
I said, I've been on their channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What makes you interested in Welker Farms?
I like the stuff they do and how they work and teamwork together and get stuff done faster.
Yeah, that's really special, isn't it?
And they actually do a lot of work.
They do, don't they?
And then leg arms has arms, like his arms are just like legs, this big.
He does have that reputation, yes.
Yeah.
And not only the reputation, he maintains those arms, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
How about Jack? What's your interest in the video?
Thing I like about Welker's Farms is, like Crew said, teamwork, and I also really like how they got a lot of equipment and they have same stuff like Big Bud, K-Sip, and all that other stuff. And I really think it's cool because how they work together, how they farm, and how they live in Montana and raise all their crop.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Very good. Kingston, what's your thoughts?
I think it's cool that they're doing it here in Montana, somewhat close to us.
Yep. You guys are definitely Montana proud, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's a great state. I'm from North Dakota. Sometimes I ask people, you won't fault me from being from North Dakota, right? Especially when our bison beat the Bobcats. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, great teams, great people, great state. We really love being next to you and in the region. Kingston, what are other channels you like to watch?
I really love watching Sony Farms, and I watch Millennial, Fast Ag, and that's about it.
All right. Wow, you're watching a lot of videos.
Yep.
Yeah, you keeping up on them all?
No.
Okay. It comes
Just
and
Sony
goes.
Farms.
Yeah. All right, Jack. Any other channels you like to watch?
I really like watching Sunny Farms and Millennial Farms, and I do not know any other like farming channels. Mostly that's it.
Yep. And
Yeah.
Ready, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yep. You guys, you saw us on their channels, but
Yeah.
are you subscribed to our channel yet?
Yeah, I
we
already
subscribe.
subscribed.
Yeah.
Oh man, see that's in the enthusiasm I need to see in our farmers who are walking by, and to get them on our channel and see what we do. A lot of them are. We have a lot of farmers, a lot of people that come to our booth and they say, "Yep, I see your videos. I'm on there, and I'm spreading the word." In fact, I looked at the statistics as I'm telling people to get on the channel, and the trend is good. It's going up. So we've got a lot of subscribers, and if you're not subscribed, this is a shout out to you, to the channel. Get on that channel, whether it's podcasts, whether it's the YouTube. We've got a lot of great content, and we got a lot of great visitors that come, and we get to share their story and hear from them. What are some words of wisdom that you guys can share with us about life?
Some about God and Jesus.
That's a great word of wisdom.
One time, so this is not about wisdom, but so the Welker Farm. So we were at Cafe Rio in Great Falls, and I had a Millennial Farm farmer's shirt. A sweatshirt. My mom covered it up, and I asked him if he could sign it, and he did. Now I have to send it back to Millennial, and he'd be maybe mad.
Yeah, because it's got the wrong signature on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I might be able to help make that happen. I might be able to get you a signature hoodie from Millennial Farmer. Would that be cool?
You should do Millennial, Sony, Welker Farms, and Fast Egg.
Oh man, that's a tall order.
Yeah.
But you know what? I know them all.
Yeah.
Should we try it?
Yeah. Sure.
All right, you guys, Millennial Farmer, Welker Farms, and Fast Ag. We've got some work to do. We got to get these boys some signed memorabilia, some apparel, something like that. It's gonna make their day.
Especially Sony Farms.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yep.
gotta do that.
He's a pretty cool dude. So there's some big fans. I know you have a lot of big fans, but these are some pretty big fans. I think they need it. So we'll see if we can pull that off.
Sony's funny.
Yes, he is. Have you gotten a Slappy yet? One of those Slappies with his name on it? Remember, it's got the flag. It's like a whip.
No.
No, we have not.
My son got it. We visited Sunny Farms on my son's birthday. It was Walter, who's just turned 5 years old. And Cole Sunny gave him a Slappy.
Oh my.
If you see the video, my son Walter didn't even know what to think. He was just like, what's this for?
Oh yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
So guess what? We don't have the Slappy anymore because they probably were slapping each other when they got home. My boys were probably slapping each other, So, Jack, how about you? Any words of wisdom for us?
Not much. Like Jesus and God. Oh my gosh. Rain to help our crops. And just the technology we have to get all this equipment for our crops and to harvest it, like John Deere X9 combine and all of that other stuff, and just to be able to work with all this. It's God's word of saying and helping us throughout life.
Yeah, very good.
Like,
Yeah, there's other principles that God gives us too, right? Like
Yeah.
working hard, being kind.
Yeah.
and he died on the cross for us so we can be better.
That's
and
right.
learn.
That's right. That's good. Wow, you guys are being raised right.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, Kingston. Have you been thinking about what you're going to say?
Yep. So, have fun in life because it goes by fast.
Yes. Has it gone by fast for you?
Some years have, some years don't.
Yeah.
When you have a really bad teacher, it goes slow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the worst.
Good thing you don't have any bad teachers, right?
Yeah, I got a really good teacher.
Oh,
Her
good.
name is Shawnee Coverdale. She's really good.
Great. Great.
And finally got people who like cattle.
Similar interests. Yep.
Especially K-State because they that's where I wanted to go judging and then auctioneering too. But you have teachers who actually care for you.
Yeah.
In it.
Aren't teachers special?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they sometimes make you work hard. They sometimes, make you do things you don't want to, or maybe they even have to discipline you, right? In a good way. Yeah, I've had one before that got after me because I was not doing my best in class, and she knew it. And I had checked out. I didn't want to do Spanish anymore. And she set me aside one day after class and said, "You are not putting in your best effort, and I need to see a change."
They make you better.
That's
and
right.
Stuff.
The good teachers do, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's great to have good teachers in our lives. We need them more now, maybe more than ever. Because guess what? If there's not good teachers, what are there?
God, Jesus.
Well,
Friends.
if you don't have a
Yeah.
good teacher, what teacher do you have?
Really bad teacher.
Yeah, maybe not the best teacher, right?
Friends.
Yeah.
Friends could watch over you too, like my buddy Jack. So there's this kid who's being mean to me, and he's like, if you do that to my friend, I'll really hit ya.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Sticking up for each
Yeah.
other.
Yep.
Me and Jack always do that at school.
We gotta
That's
help
cool.
each other throughout
Throughout
school
the year.
years. Yep.
Yep. Do you have to help each other like with chores or when you're doing anything with cattle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes like in schoolwork too, we need help.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gets you it helps you too to learn stuff too. From
That's
your
right.
friend.
Yeah.
God created us to be relational, right?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
He didn't create us to be on an island by ourselves.
No.
So he made us to be together, and it's really
Yeah.
special when you can be together with people who you like. Sometimes you have to be together with people you don't like, but we still have to make it work.
Yeah. Sometimes they could be other countries.
That's true.
And we, back in the Old Testament, we used to all talk the same language. And they were, talking about, let's build a big house and we all live in it and then God got mad and made it a different language, so then they can't talk and they just left.
Yep, they all had to split up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because what if you couldn't even hear what I was asking you for the next question? What would you do?
Sit
here in awe.
You'd be like, what?
Yeah.
You'd maybe start laughing, or then it'd
Yeah.
get serious, and I can't even
Yeah.
communicate with him.
And it's good that God did that, and then we would actually believe in God.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the story of the Tower of Babel, right?
Yeah.
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 And
Isn't that crazy?
He made this hole, so we should respect it and keep the earth clean and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Being
He
a good
made-
steward.
He made the oceans and food for us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's awesome. Great. What else do you guys want to talk about?
I don't know, really.
Talk about ranching, maybe how
Yeah.
good it is. Or,
What about
Yeah.
farming?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I'll do that. I'll talk about ranching first and then farming.
well,
So I'll ask you first, Crew. How has ranching been?
awesome. It's I feel bad for the people who live in the city because they're just sitting on the TV watching stuff, and we're out in the open just getting fresh air, doing stuff, and all that. And you can learn how to auctioneer and judge
Yeah.
because you just look at the calves and look how great they are. And I really because I got a show calf Nana, and I really like it. I give her so much cake pellets, but one time my calf Berva, she eats my hand off when I give her them.
Oh, man. But you still have your hand. Where did it grow back?
Yeah. It almost got eaten off.
Oh,
It's
man.
actually today. Me and Jack were giving my calf and Nana some, and they just all crowded in, and we're like, what are we going to do?
You're stuck in the middle
Yeah.
of them.
And it's so fun doing that. Sometimes you just want to lay on with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully
It's-
on straw that's not full of poop.
Yeah. It'd be on a hay feeder or something. I remember one time when we were younger, me, Kingston, and Lexi hopped in their feeder and just laid in there with them while they're eating.
Cool. And they like you?
Yeah. They
You-
mostly.
They learn to like you because you feed
Yeah.
them.
Sometimes they get angry at you and butt head you or kick you, but they get over that. Sometimes you have to train your calves like that because one time I was at actually in Great Falls showing here, and I didn't train her the best, so she's kind of by herself in Kingston, and my dad just took my brother's cow in, so she's by myself, and I thought I can get her because she knows me. I got ran down the street and then another street, and I got a free pocket knife, but I broke it the next day.
Oh, no.
I mean, my dad was using it to cut this thing, and he's like, it just broke, and I was like, and that was all because of God, because maybe I wasn't listening to him, what he's saying.
Yep. So maybe God uses things in our lives to direct us to him.
Yeah.
Now, what happens when you have a little calf and that calf grows up? Do you sell it?
Sometimes if they don't look like good show quality, but sometimes not. Like, one time, so I don't think she's in the best show quality, but her name is Mary. Her mom didn't take care of her and kicked her off, so I had to feed her, and now she played tag with me out in the fields, and she
really?
still does. She did it today, and I almost got butt-headed.
Wow.
I got scared.
Have you guys ever read the book Otis? It's Otis the tractor or something?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, there's like a story. My kids love it. It's a series of books where Otis, this tractor, plays with the farm animals. And when you're telling me that, it reminded me of that, because there's like a bull and ducks and animals.
just hopping on the tractor.
Yeah.
With the duck driving.
Oh,
sometimes.
yeah, that's the what was that story called? That was funny, too. They all hop on the tractor and drive into town.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
that's hilarious.
The ranch farmer is like, what the heck is going on? And everybody's just staring at the windows with their eyes open.
The cop, the baker, then they all.
Yeah.
What he really thought was, wow, Yeah, we got to get that on the screen here. That book cover, it was hilarious, and it's a really good read if you have kids.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if you're a parent who can get into it, you really try to make the voices of the characters come alive. It's really funny.
Another good book is I like Smokey the Cow Horse.
Ah.
That's really funny. And then Whiskey Horse. That's a really good one.
Okay. I haven't read that one.
So at school we do AI, and I took the quiz on that. It's kind of a hard, it's hard to, it's easy to read, but it's hard to take quizzes on it and stuff.
Okay. What book? What was that called?
That whiskey. That horse whiskey.
That Horse Whiskey.
I thought it was called That Whiskey Horse, and then I had it flipped around.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Jack, how about you? How was you into farming or ranching more?
I'm into farming more. I grew up farming outside of Fort Bend, Montana. Usually before I was born, we had my great-grandpa Jack, and he owned farming, and when my dad came around, he helped my papa own all of his equipment. Then when my grandpa Jack died, we sold all of our cattle and our horses, ducks, sheep. No, we didn't have any sheep, but we had pigs. We sold all of that. Just kept some of the farm equipment, like the big tractor and a disc and a duck foot, and we kept the duck foot. And the duck foot was amazing, but the disc was horrible. It always broke off, and we were driving around. I was driving the tractor, and I almost broke the disc. It almost, the pizza cutter fell off. It almost did. I never drove a disc again. I only drove a duck foot, and I love driving the duck foot.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then you sold your ranch.
Yeah, we sold it a couple of years ago, and I was really sad, but I now get to do what I've been wanting to do for a couple of years now with Crew and Kingston and her families.
Nice.
Yeah, it's driving the tractors is always fun. I always beg my dad on the swath because the buddy seat's so boring until you see a deer, because 2 years ago or something, we were chasing after baby does. I went zooming out there to catch one, and then my brother was right behind it, and he's like, I see the doe! And he just stood up and started running. And this is in Sims, Montana, with all the deer at our ranch.
And you wanted to catch a baby doe so you could have it as a pet?
Yeah. Or I just keep a buck, see if I can rope one of those.
Oh, yeah. That would be cool.
So we have this Shaw Butte. We had this big hill what we go sledding down. And you just see deer all over it. And one time we were sledding down it, and this is actually like a couple weeks ago. Jack was with us. It's like that deep pad of snow. We were just going zooming down, and we just all flipped in the pad of snow. I got my head jugged through it. Jack did, and Kingston was in the calf sled, and he got flipped. Yeah, and like it'd be like 3 years ago, but me and Kingston were going down on this orange little like a calf sled, and we were going flying, and I think we went through a fence once. We ducked under it, luckily.
Yeah, good thing you had the wherewithal to get out of the way.
That's what I think. But we had these round sleds too, and Kingston had my my sled what goes fast. He's flying down a field, and I had to walk down. I'm like, really?
Yeah, he had your sled and you're walking.
I can't remember which sled it was, but because that round sled ain't the best.
Yeah. Are you guys excited about the snow that's up in the mountains or in the hills right now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. Jack, you talked about you guys had to sell the farm or the ranch. Yeah. Is that something that if you could someday, would you like to get back into farming?
Yes.
And have your own operation?
Yeah, I loved farming. I loved driving around in tractor and just seeing, just driving around, seeing all the dust pick up, and just love harvesting on a combine and just dumping it into the grain cart. And it was just everything I loved until when I was about 7, we sold it because we really couldn't afford it anymore. But that's one thing, I'll buy it. I'll try to buy one closest to it, and I'll get it all back in, and then I'll start doing what I want to do for several years now.
Yeah, great. Hold on, crew. Jack, wouldn't it be special if there was some way that you could do that? Like I love your dream about that, to get back into it. Yeah. And it's a tall order, right? It's hard to do.
Yeah.
It requires a lot of money, a lot of hard work. I know you're going to put the hard work into it to do it, but I hope that somehow, some way you can find a way to get back into it, whether somebody helps you get back into it or you come across, maybe you'll invent something or you'll come up with something or you'll have a job that helps provide for that too. But man, I know there's some programs out there for young farmers who want to get started, and I hope you can get started as well for that in that field again. So that'd be really cool. Kingston, you are also part of the ranching operation that crew is in.
Yep.
What are your aspirations, your dreams? What are you thinking you're going to do when you grow up?
I want to be a well-known showing cattle guy like my uncle.
Oh, okay. So you have some big shoes to fill. Sounds like you've got someone in your family that does a good job, huh?
Yep. I helped him at a few shows.
Okay. Then let's say you do get to be good at it. What are you going to do? How does that go? How many cattle do you show? Is it like you just focus on one? Is it all herd?
Like take 10 or 15 to a show, some shows.
Yep.
Sheldon.
What do you get by being good at that? What's the benefit? Is it just for fun? Is there like a monetary value? Can you provide for your family with that?
You could sell steers for good money.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe you'll breed a really hot shot bull or something, and then you'll get some revenue from that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing I'm not a big fan of farming, because Jack's grandpa was one time, and Jack did this too, but he fell off the grain bin because he slipped. And sometimes it's because of God, because he wasn't listening.
It's a pretty dangerous job, isn't it?
Yeah, when I went to grow up, I went to go to K-State College for judging, and then, first I do auctioneering, and then when you go to judging, they ask you to sell your cattle from them. And I really want, because there's not that many famous judges in Montana, but auctioneers they are. But I'm really going to work hard to make the famous judger, and then in showing too, like, I want to be like a club calf cattle. I want to be in the club calf Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Which, like, and just show really big, nice club calves. Like, my sister has a calf. His name is Charlie, and I feel like if she ever shows him, we can get in the club calf Hall of Fame. because he's like so big and just muscly.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
going to win it, huh?
Yeah, all these club cats just have a different look to them. Hairy, big bone, they just look good.
Yep. I was going to touch on when I asked you what happens when they get older and you have to do something with them. Like you might sell them. Do they sometimes get taken away? Maybe they get turned into hamburger or steaks. Is that sad? Do you ever be like, oh man, that's my buddy that I would play tag with me in the paddock or whatever?
Well, we saw steers, but my sister Charlie, he's really kind, and our club cats are so sweet that Lexi doesn't want to sell him, but he could go with good money, but she's just going to keep him and keep the hide of him when he dies.
Oh.
Because they only live 6 years, like pretty much, because they're boys. And boys don't live as long. And she got so mad at Mom because she wanted to keep him in the bull because he's nice. She's like crying the whole day because she wanted him in the bull, and then we can get AI off of him.
Yeah.
But his dad, it'd be a historic bull's dad. Well, historic is the bull's dad, and we call him Arnold sometimes, but he's like the one who he's a Hereford, but he makes really cool black club calves in him. Like you throw saying the black, like sometimes like calves can like know how if you breed a Hereford to a black Angus, they turn red. This bull, like if it's a black animal, it keeps it black.
Oh, really? That's its trait.
Yeah.
Now, you talked about AI, and my mind instantly went to artificial intelligence. But it's not that, is it?
I don't think so.
It's artificial insemination?
No. Well, so there's kind of a couple, but AI is something so get semen out of a bull, and you put the straw in the cow, and it makes a really good combo. And sometimes there's called, what's it called, Kingston? What we're going to do with the Herefords, because it makes them more quality better, but it's more expensive. What is it called?
What's it called, Kingston? Come on.
Recips and embryos.
Yeah, recips and embryos, where you get a cow, I think, a cow semen and a bull semen, and putting in another cow, and it makes it really, like, it's strong in how it's going to look. Like, if it's an ugly cow, and sometimes when you do that, it just, like, changes the looks of them and make them, like, if they break behind their shoulders, you get a really good combo. It just, like, makes it stop and pops it back up.
Wow. That's so cool. That is impressive that you guys know about this stuff.
Yeah, but God created it.
That's right.
He created everything for us. He created us, you, just animals too, what make us food and money.
Yeah.
To get us. And one day, if I get like a lot good money off of judging and auctioneering and ranching, I will buy a whole bunch of Bibles and give them to people.
That's a really good idea.
I'm trying to do that.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
You know what? You guys are way advanced and wiser than most kids your age.
Yeah.
So keep up the good work. You've got a lot of future ahead of you. I hope that my generation and the generations before you do a good job to make sure the opportunity is there for you.
Yeah.
Because, you know what? I've been very blessed. My generation's been blessed to have a lot of opportunity. And I wish that, and I hope that for you. I'm going to work hard for that, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So keep up the good work and keep on caring about not only the animals you take care of, but the people around you, the people you meet. It's a pretty special thing.
Sometimes my teacher, one of my teachers in 3rd grade, she got really mad at me in cattle, and no one could stop you. Like, they're not the boss of you. You can do what you want. But, yeah, I just kept talking about them, and finally she got over it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to make people change in better ways.
Yeah. Well, we do our best to encourage each other and to be better, right?
Yep.
Well, thanks, guys, so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Wasn't that a treat?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, keep in touch. Make sure you keep tracking with us on the YouTube side and the podcast.
Yeah, I will.
Subscribe.
Yeah,
There
subscribe.
you go. Unsolicited comment there. Yes, we need to have you subscribe, get on this channel, and listen to great folks like these 3 young boys here. And our company and my mission has been always similar to the Concorde story, the Concorde air seeders. I saw a poster at Amity Technology, who used to be Concorde, the original Concorde people, and then they became Concorde again before they sold to Waterstad. But there was a picture on the wall where I worked when I first started as an engineer, and it had a kid your age with a hat and a Concorde jacket, and there was an air seeder behind it with a tractor. It was a Concorde drill, and it said there is still a future in farming. Pretty cool, because you know what? It was back in the 80s when farming was really tough, and a lot of farms were failing.
Horses.
Yeah, ranches. I think I heard something like 75% of farms failed. That sounds too high, but it was so high I couldn't believe it when I heard it. And maybe we'll do a fact check here and insert it, but it was such a high amount that it was such an important thing to have a piece of machinery. Can you believe a single piece of equipment could help save a farm?
Yeah.
Isn't that neat?
I mean, the new technology today, I mean, it's good, but some ways it could be bad. Like, you can search up bad things on our Chromebook. Like, some of our classmates do that. And one time he searched an inappropriate thing on my Chromebook, and Jack and me were like, if you do that ever again, we'll punch you right up the face.
Don't mess with Crew or Jack.
Yeah.
That is the story there.
We've been working.
Around the 80s is actually when we sold all of our cattle and livestock because we couldn't afford it.
Oh, okay.
And like you said, it was very tough, and it was.
Yep.
So that's why we sold it, because we just couldn't afford it anymore. Then became the whole farm. We sold all that, and I cried.
Yeah.
Shed a tear. It was really sad.
You had to change your way of life and do something different. Yeah.
There for 109 years, and it was just gone.
Oh man.
It was so sad.
I'm so sorry.
Our ranch been in our family for 1907.
Wow.
So,
that's incredible history.
We're gonna still make generations of it.
You're gonna be a part of the next generation. I can tell you're very committed to this.
And no one really messes with us anymore because we've been working on our muscles.
Yeah.
So no one,
I
they're
can
kind of
tell.
scared.
Yeah. Well, good.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for listening to this podcast, for watching on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe. Give us a 5-star rating if you would. That'd be great.
Yeah.
It helps it trend.
It'll be amazing.
That's right. These guys deserve a 5-star rating, don't they?
Yeah.
Unless it's out of a 10 rating, then you gotta give us a 10. But I think it's out of 5. So this is such a treat.
Give him a 20 rating for letting us podcast.
All right,
Yeah,
20 out of
you.
5. I take that.
Yeah.
Well, good.
So one time we were at the ranch, one thing you need to be careful is the rocks, because me and Kingston had this big hill where we raced down with the bikes, and I know God did this because I probably didn't listen to him once. But I just thought we were racing because he always beating me, and I was flying, and I was like, finally I'm gonna win. And I turned in his lane and flipped, broke my left arm, so it got really weak, and now I had to work back up to it. But like,
sounds like leg arms.
Kingston got so mad at me. He's like, what the heck did you do? Went down, just flying. And then I had to go to the doctors. And Kingston's like, slow and steady wins the race. And I was like, oh my.
Well, that was a pretty good teaching moment, wasn't it, Kingston?
Yep.
Yeah. I felt, and so, like, I had to get a very long needle in my arm. And I was scared, and I think cows should be scared of that too, because it hurt. It could hurt them too.
Yeah, I'm sure cows are thinking that too when you bring a big long needle to them, right?
Yeah, one time. So this was actually not actually a week ago, but so my calf had pink eye, and we were trying to get him in, and a chute is an arrow clip, sadly, but sometimes my dad gets that bar, hits his head, and he's like cussing, but so we were doing that, and it froze on him, and he's like, just like, and I was going to say right up front of him, that's why you need arrow clip.
You know what? You should be the spokesman for AeroQuip.
I think he is, because he did a speech on it, and he took second place on air. He did a sales pitch, and he won. And I did a speech about AIing, and I should have done like the other thing. What's it called? Embryos, because I could have been, but I didn't take place. My sister did about udders, and she did. It is so funny, but she took probably like 5th overall. But I didn't take place. But I did take place in the poster competition where you color.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna think we need to have AeroQuip listening to this, and they need to get on board with having you.
Yeah.
I think they should sponsor you too, Kingston and crew, and your operation, because they are.
Give us free AeroQuip.
You know what? That would be the minimum that they should provide. That's such an easy thing for them to do for all your contribution to their marketing efforts.
Yeah.
Thank so much for listening.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Talk to you next time.
All right.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to this episode of After Hours Ag. If you really enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and helps us grow and helps us reach more people. And remember, there's still a future in farming, so let's get there together.